It's okay. Off the mic, it's okay. Off the mic,
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go sama us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we loud, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego diary politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego diary politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my egun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my egun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my egun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. My egun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. My egun don't come, oh yo yo. Man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo, yo. My ego. My ego la wa mo do do. My ego diary, my ego number one. Ayégun làwa mọ̀ làwọn tó dòdòdò. Ayégun diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wọn. Ayégun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Ayégun diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wọn. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Ayégun diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wọn. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Máyégún já wa sí. Ayégun diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wọn. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Máyégún diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wọn. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Máyégún máa wí. Máyégún diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wọn. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Máyégún diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wọn. Máyégún diary politico. Máyégún diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wọn. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Máyégún. Máyégún diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wọn. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Máyégún diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wọn. Àní Máyégún làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Máyégún diary náà ibi nọ́mbà wọn. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. bá gbé wúrẹ́.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bíjó ìgbádìyẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò.
Máyégún ti dé.
Hello there. Good morning to you. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you're joining us. It is Máyégún live. And thank you very much for joining me. Please, as you are tuning in, remember to please read beyond the caption of the broadcast. Read the description of the broadcast as well. Like, get yourself into it. Then like it. Share it. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them that Máyégún today, Máyégún is live. Thank you. I don't know what has been the center of your attention in the last 48 hours. I bet, right? There are many, most of them personal. But outside that, your space, the last 48 hours, I've seen tens of people slaughtered by the Fulani terrorists. I mean, it's probably going to be like a stale news to so many of you, but we'll keep reminding you the danger of corrupt, incompetent, inefficient group of rogues parading themselves as your leaders. There are consequences for bad leadership. To start with, in Benue State, it's been a kind of like the weeks or days of wanton killings. The one that should ordinarily caught the attention of majority of Nigerians, but unfortunately, with APC, their propaganda, their dictatorship, their tyranny combined, they have managed to normalize abnormalities and where people are just waiting, right, for their turn. You now have a country where if it hasn't happened to me, but somebody I know, then maybe it is just been over-exaggerated. Middle belt part of Nigeria has suffered, the people from the part. They are like the belt that holds together the bottom as well as the top, like the top, the north and the south, so to say. They're like the belt. So they're like the shield that has held these terrorists down from like freely crossing down to the southern part of Nigeria, and of course, to unleash the same terror on us until we are subjugated. They have always been. But unfortunately, these people, they have been caused with selfish, self-centered, and most of them like power-hungry rogues as their own leaders. In the face of all of this, so as much as all of us are facing different kind of challenges in that contraption, right? Some will say, why can't people come together and defend themselves? Some of you have said that many times. In fact, a lot of people are beginning to blame the victims by saying, why are they all waiting to just be killed? Why can't they, defend themselves? But in that same contraption is where we have a system put in place, seriously celebrated, called Operation Safe Corridor. Operation Safe Corridor for terrorists who swears by the Holy Quran that they won't be terrorists again, right? And in that same system is where citizens are being disarmed, communities are being disarmed, And now, to even make the whole thing even worse, there are places where they agreed that the communities could put together, but they would have to work with the Nigerian authority, like the Nigerian army, in combating these terrorists. We have evidence of those who have been physically attacked by their colleagues for being too, like a fast finger, like, killing too many terrorists. We have seen instances where military deployment soldiers were given an intel only for the same intel to be released to terrorists and ambush every now and then. It is also in that same contraption where we have witnessed the same military hierarchy fighting terrorists, send their own men to go face the terrorists, only to send their bombers to go bomb the same soldiers they sent to go and fight terrorists. We have seen that evidence, right? Like, we have all of that evidence publicly. So talking about a conspiracy collaboration in between, the sabotaging of their own effort. Again, this same treatment has been sort of like extended to those who were like civilian fighters. So we have communities, by the way, who have kind of like bonded together, and they have resisted these terrorists many times until they get weakened by the system for the terrorists to come in and slaughter them. True story, not. So what happened in Zamfara? Zamfara is now like the headquarters of maybe Niger too. Zamfara is so prominently featured in this their jihadist campaign, as well as other terrorist terrorism campaign that they are currently like funding, because it is more or less like an industry in that contraption today. Zamfara and its natural resources that I believe are currently being stolen, illegally mined, and therefore, right? But when it comes to the locals, the indigenous people of some of the communities, one community to the other, thousands of them, by the way, scattered across several of their local government areas, who have been the constant victims, right, of this war. So, bonded together, decided to kind of like a ward of the terrorists. So something happened to them last Sunday, just 2 days ago, 48 hours ago, right? And it was just in a very sunny, bright afternoon. These terrorists, Fulani terrorists, they rode into town on their bikes, according to the eyewitness. They said they rode into town on their bikes in their big numbers. And then they started attacking this community, shooting, macheting, burning. In the process, it is reported that they kidnapped 50 people right on the spot. And I think 3 people were also killed. Now, recovering from that shock, surprise attack, the men in the community put together, the vigilantes, brought out all their weapons and what have you. By then, there's already an SOS sent to the Nigerian army, because according to reports, right, they were close by military checkpoint or formation, not far. So an SOS was sent. Maybe those who now sent SOS to the Air Force using their own words now. But guess what? By the time their own bombardier, being a bomber, would arrive at the scene, the terrorists that they described as being on bikes, right, suddenly disappeared, and the vigilantes were nuked right there and then, because they said they flew so low that all they did was just to drop the bomb on them, turned around and came back, and still see those who still survived. Anyone moving? But for few ones who managed to survive, they had to tell the story. So when they asked the Nigerian, military or Nigerian Air Force, what happened? But they said when they received the distress call, distress alert, right? They automatically just believed that the group of vigilantes that they saw, or the group of people they saw with arms, must have been the terrorists. And so they just went for them. 20 people killed. So the terrorists came and they killed 3 people. But for those who wanted to go after them, the military came and nuked them. One mistake too many. Do you understand that? One mistake too many makes it a pattern. We have had instances where, like I gave earlier, where soldiers have been personally attacked. Some have been killed by their own colleagues for being so trigger happy, killing terrorists. That gave a lot of people as well the impression that reabsorbing terrorists, repentant terrorists into the Nigerian army is a deliberate attempt to further weaken the supposed Nigerian army from within. And I'm like, well, maybe that too. However, the corruption within alone has weakened them, where majority of them, they are generals with their starchy uniforms and all of that, right? And they are walking sticks. They are pure politicians wearing uniforms, making promises, pledges, and not ashamed of not being able to fulfill them. Sending their own men into the meat grinder in a war that seems to be like endless. They continue to give excuses, reasons why, they've not been able to tame these guys. But what about the saboteurs within and the lives that have been lost for that? The people of Benue, just like I started, right? The people of Benue who have also come under serious attacks, right? Across, at least in recent times, so 58 people killed in a space of 3 days in 2 local government areas of Benue State. And the pattern is the same. The terrorists will ride into town, open fire, and anything that moves. And once they are gone, the military will come. And their job is to come in. It's the same MO all the time. A member of Benue State House of Assembly was on the channels earlier today talking about the same thing and what they observed. Because according to them, again, there was a military formation just right before where these attacks took place. And it took this military formation that ordinarily shouldn't take more than 10 minutes. It took them 2 hours before they showed up. And this is not 2 hours after people called them, 2 hours after the terrorists were gone. Such a shame that even this is not, not on the front burner of Tifnubu and his gang, because they would rather pretend that it is not happening than for them to address it and possibly be questioned. What have you done? What are you doing? So they can tell you that everything is fine. And bodies are piling up, women, children, and all of that. From Benue, I don't know, I'm just going to flash you a picture. This one. This is where it is right now in Benue. The food basket of Nigeria is almost becoming the corpse basket of Nigeria. You get what I mean? Anyway, here is a member of the House of Assembly, pretty much talking about, the same thing. Let's see if I can get out.
The security situation in Benue State is alarming. The Anfali in the Diku ward, which is my immediate council ward, were attacked on Sunday. And as I can tell you, there's nobody presently in that community because they ran away for their life. Over 11 persons were buried and one is still missing. And about 5 of them are critically ill and receiving treatment in the hospital. And as I can tell you, this is not the first time my local government or my constituency has been attacked. There have been pockets of killing since March this year, and even last year as well. And we don't know where this thing is coming from. As we speak, our people are dominantly farmers. No one can go to farm in my village or in every community in about 6 council wards in our local government. They cannot go to farm. Even the yam they planted about 500 meters from their village, the Fulani herdsmen goes there, uproot this and put it in their sacks and took it to wherever they want to do. But people cannot go to farm, they cannot plant anything, so we are just helpless.
Honorable Maru, is the death toll 33 or 43? Let's be clear on that.
Well, I'm speaking on my own local government. I was on ground yesterday as early as 7:30 a.m. I was in my local government. And the people that were buried is 11 and 1 missing. And 7 are critically ill receiving treatment in various hospitals in the council, and some are taken to Odukpo Teaching Hospital. Well, the security is always arriving the scene when what the headers have done, and which has no any impact on our people any longer. Because when we cry for help, nobody is there. I can tell you, we have some army stay in some community who are not far from this place that this attack happened on Sunday, and they were not there. It took them over 2 hours after the people that perpetrated the act has left the community. So when they arrive, there is nothing they will come to do. They have done what they want to do, and they have left the community. And this is not the first time. It happened in Akpete, in Apa local government. About 6 persons were lost. Kidnapping on the farm, on the road, raping of our mothers and our sisters is ongoing every day as I speak to you. So we are helpless. And this is a state that will have anti-grazing law, anti-open grazing law. And we don't know what is happening. I can tell you, my community is helpless. My constituency is helpless. Every now and then you receive a call from them. What are you doing? What are you doing to protect them? Mine is to make law, and the executive is to implement. I'm coming to the House of Assembly for the second term, and when I came, we have this law and the open grazing law, which it has not been enforced. The security.
So it was reported, right, that 2 local government areas in Benue State, by the media report. So the first 12 people that were killed were in Apa local government area. They have another area called the Gua local government area. So it was reported that 10 people were also killed. This was just an attack on a single night. So in the last 1 week alone, like he said, this is happening every day. In the last 1 week alone, it is reported that over 58 people have been killed by these terrorists. The last time their governor, you remember that it was Autumn that was there, that they had to put fatwa on Autumn. Yeah, Yetiela put a fatwa on Autumn. That means a death sentence on Autumn for pushing for the ban on open grazing, right? So then the Benue people went for APC. How that happened is like, because the only explanation given by some of the people from Benue was that indeed security was a big issue and was a big problem, but there were other issues too. Autumn was a complete disaster. It was, in fact, at a point, hiding behind the insecurity in Benue State for why it's been unable to really deliver on other promises. So, and they could see through that. So they decided to just go for the Al-Qaeda People's Congress, the party responsible for the terrorism in Nigeria, in power. So Benue people settled for them that, okay, if we're not able to kill us, because we won't give up our lands, right? Let's say if we are now presented as being part of you, maybe that will stop. Unfortunately, it is now on record that them going to APC, Ebekebe, for cover, for national, whatever, anything they sold them, earlier himself would look like Mr. Latin of 1999. If you remember, those of you who are like a Yoruba movie watchers, or maybe Sam Loco of 1999. He was there as Reverend Father speaking, he said he met with Kolu. This was just like a way back. So met with Kolu, and he won't sit back and allow his people to be killed.
I came to visit with His Excellency, Mr. President, just to debrief him of the state of affairs in Benue State. The state is experiencing quite very high levels of peace. This is the farming season since 1999. For some reason, our people paid less attention to farming, but since last year, and particularly this season, we have returned to the farms. We need to do more produce, and if our basket was not full, to ensure that we fill it up to capacity. So we've done lots of farm yields. We're quite good on the front lines of security as well. There are a few skirmishes here and there, but at a very large scale, we're good. We're quite good. I came to visit with His Excellency, Mr. President, just to debrief him of the state of affairs in Benue State. The state is experiencing quite very high levels of peace. This is the farming season since 1999. For some reason, our people paid less attention to farming.
Nuisance Lele. Nuisance Lele.
His name is Ayasin Aliyah. So that was a few months back. The typical APC, to make Tifnobo look good. Somebody that they are killing his own people went to Kolu and told Kolu that they are enjoying high level of peace. The hypocrite, just to be in the good book of Kolu, just yesterday, right? The same guy.
As last night, we had some horrible attacks again in Apa local government and Go West. It started with the Go West. Before midnight, the attackers were repelled, but then much afterwards again, they came back in larger numbers, and then they where there are scores of deaths. Now the social media is giving different numbers. What we have done is I'm just coming out from a meeting with the security heads in the state, the military, the police, the civil defense, and the DSS, and all the security advisors. So they've been directed to move immediately to the 2 local governments. So that is where they are headed now. The figures of casualties we hear.
Nuisance lele.
It is the same idiot. He is their governor there. Hyacinth. They said he's a reverend father. He is more interested in what people say or how the people see him. Do you get that now? Like the usual, all talks, no real action, no real balls. Or it will cry, right? Because it will become more or less like upset and say, you know, like, I wish I could do more. I wish I could do this or that. I wish all of you understood that I am powerless, but it won't say it that way. Rather, it will blame people that continue to ask questions. Because you can't be telling them that they are enjoying relative peace, best peace and all that, and yet they are burying their own people who were slaughtered on their farms, in their homes. But you don't want to look bad, right? Then you started fighting the figure when the real victims in this day and time, where you can have all the photos, all the videos and all that, and then the survivors who are also giving their own accounts. But you don't want to look bad. We shouldn't look bad. We need to look like we are. I understand. Why are you actually in charge? See the loved ones of those who died in the last 48 hours. This was this morning. Them asking the government, protesting, asking the government to protect them and save them. The same government that would rather sell them propaganda than do the real job. You get what I mean? It's complicated. Now, the people of Akwa and Goa who came out to protest the latest killings. 2 weeks ago, I still had the news about the same killings in Benue, where people also, survivors came out, protested, cried. It just never ends.
These are women of Apa local government crying out their pains for the killings and rapings of their daughters, for the killings of their husbands, for the killings of their children. We in Apa local government, we are tired of these killings, and therefore we are calling on the federal government, on the state government to take proactive measures to end this insecurity at once. We deserve a better life. As citizens of Nigeria, from Apa local government, we deserve a better life. We said no, there should be an end to this killing. Be careful, be careful. Why are you laughing?
So when everyone is done, they will go back home to go and nurse their losses. Do you understand? And possibly wait for another attack. Because again, as we all know, yesterday's survivors, they are the potential today's victims. Today's survivors, they are tomorrow's victims. As long as this contraption continues like this, all of us, every one of us, is a potential victim. We just don't know when our own time will come. And to make you understand, you see, Nigeria touching you or your turn coming doesn't really have to be like physical, you go, 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 go. There is a very popular prayer from where I come from, Yoruba land. It's quite important, so I'm just going to say it in English, like loosely translate it for you. And that is, whatever will happen to somebody that is going to help you. Do you understand that? Because whatever will happen to somebody that is going to affect you, it is better to pray that that thing shouldn't happen to that person. There are people we loved so much. And as much as those of you who live in the diaspora, or even if you live in Nigeria too, you know, provide yourself some private security, get yourself some private medical treatment, everything you can afford. And as much as possible as well, you are likely never going to, you know, drive on their road to a place where you're going to get kidnapped. I mean, I don't know, like, you probably shall believe, Chas, that things are not easy, but somehow you have it all under control. And when it is your turn, it could be somebody very close to you that, man, there is no way you can shake it off. That's one thing about us being turn by turn. We are just all awaiting victims of that contraption. If it continues, every day that these rogues continue to hold the levers of power and directing or projecting the trajectory of the millions of people to just where they decided to be, should ordinarily get a lot of us concerned, right? Until every one of us understands the consequences of what is really happening, that there's no matter what side you belong to, you are not spared. Everyone is a waiting victim, whether you are supporting them or you are opposing them. I'm talking to those of you who are like the Buharidins, the Buhari Didirins, the Buhari Dinotus, the Buhari Dijatus, the Buhari Shukus, the Ngozi Haris, the Unneka Haris, the obedient fools, the sophisticated morons, the humbled slaves, the voluntary slaves, you know, name them. The crumb eaters, the crumb chasers, the ass lickers, the all risers, the bastard, the bat idiots, and name them like that. All of them. When we say somehow, you will always find something to defend your criminal oppressors. But when it comes to the consequences of their actions, isn't it obvious that nobody is spared? There is no preferential treatment. You get what I mean? When it comes to the economy, you have no preferential treatment. You would have to manage to survive in the economy they have created. As much as we continue to remind a lot of us that when it comes to politics, right, this is not a game. It is always, it involves life. It is a life and death thing. So until when we all understand this, we can possibly continue to pretend that it is not happening. So that you become a victim before you realize, or you realize now, and we have that critical mass, they call it critical mass. So those who have lost their loved ones, those who haven't, there is a chance that everybody will become equal, one way or the other, as long as this madness continues, right? There is somebody again from that Benue who seemed to just like hit it all, like we all know what's going on.
What is happening to Benue State is not farmer Ada crisis. Farmer Ada crisis creates the misleading impression that this is a conflict between others and farmers competing for ownership of land. To me, I think what is happening now is like genocidal attacks, because the attacks are not limited to farmers. Some university professors have been killed. Some Catholic Reverend Fathers have been killed. Some travelers have been kidnapped, and some of them raped and killed. So this crisis affects a large spectrum of people, and therefore it is no longer a question of people competing for ownership of land. To me, I think it's an attempt to completely drive the people of that part of Nigeria away from their communities. Now, why they are doing it is difficult for us to understand. The Nigerian state is in a better position to frame the problem. But I think part of the failure of the Nigerian state that we see is that the government has not been able to tell us what is really happening to Benue State. When Governor Autumn was there, he was said to be the problem. But now he has left. Governor Alia is facing the same problem. And when that crisis started in 2015, what President Buhari told us at the initial stage was that it was a conflict between two neighbors. Then later the president came up with another explanation saying that those attacking Benue State are terrorists from Libya. So what is really happening? The government is in a better position to tell us what is happening. Otherwise, this killing will continue a very long time. What is happening to Benue State is not farmer Ada crisis. Farmer Ada crisis creates the misleading impression that this is a conflict between others and farmers competing for ownership of land. To me, I think what is happening now is...
Thank you. A lot of us believe, right? Not even believe, right? There are evidence, of course. There are all these attacks. They are not because of cows. They're not because of cows. That some people are like, they are fighting farmers. Farmers won't let the others graze on their farms because they are destroying their farms. That's just a lie they sold to everybody. Number one, who is to be protected? The farmer that worked the land, cultivated the land, and planted food. And someone who is just trespassing. So who should be more protected? The Fulani herdsman, the farmer whose farm is being destroyed. So Nigeria is not a real place. So in Nigeria, it is the herdsman that must be protected. So they decided to now make it the what do you call it? You know, the narrative by saying, oh, you know what, the others, you know, because of climate change, they had to move their cows from the Sahel to the south and look for food and all that nonsense they have led us with. Farmers others clashes. But guess what? Every time they say farmers others clashes, I mean farmers others clash. Now only farmers dead the body with the sea. Now if it is about farmers and cows, what concerned reverend fathers, university professors, lecturers, travelers? What concerns women and children in their homes? Because it's not about cows. Come on. It is about land. And to achieve it, it must be done in a genocidal way. Unleash different kinds of violence, chase the indigenous people out of their lands and occupy the lands. You think those in your government don't know this? They do. They do. And that is why they will use everything as well to gaslight so many of you, pay people up, to gaslight you, blackmail you, make you see yourself as somebody who is just, who misunderstands them. You don't misunderstand. We didn't misunderstand them. I don't misunderstand them personally. I don't know about you. Because you can't be presented with facts, indisputable facts. And there's someone somewhere else, some voice somewhere is telling you that, what if, you know, like, you know, it's not what you think. Like, well, I'm not thinking, talking. I'm talking about what I'm saying, you know. Anyway, in Edo State, just still talking about the spread of this terror, people being kidnapped, ransom being collected. Is that still about farmers others clash? Eh? This one a farmer, where they manage himself for Edo State, they don't kidnap him. They are now asking for 7 million naira to free him. And but I want you to listen to the person he's talking to and what he's saying. He's telling somebody on the phone that, you see, we do is also a place where we tell the manage the growth to feed myself. And that's somebody they're asking to bring 1 million naira, 7 million naira. Anyway, listen.
Now, my children, with my wife, with people of our area, they donate the things to Dr. Garin too. Many people that can do. Now they take, carry and come with them, and they come with this news. So that's just the thing make you know. Today. If you don't bring this thing up, for don't kill me now. For which side? For Reserve Road near First Market there. I am looking at you. Now, people. Jesus. So what do you want to do when you do, Garin? No, I go there, they got Banga, they said, yeah, they say they small, they say the money, they buy some food, they chop, you don't get Garin. Now I go, now they call me so.
You get that now? In that same place, Baba, you know? Anybody can be a victim anytime. It could be somebody, you see, a lot of us who even live in the diaspora, one of my worst fear, fear is that not to wake up. You know, while I'm worried about my own life here, right? Doing my own thing, my everyday, activities and the rest of that, which has sort of become a routine now. Okay? You don't want to wake up and receive a phone call that says your loved one have been kidnapped. And these terrorists, these kidnappers, right? They are demanding for 100 million naira. You know what my reaction would be first? Like 100 million naira bow, like waiting I buy. And at the same time, that moment is the moment of truth that you may never see your loved ones again. And to some of other area, especially the areas that are so volatile, the middle belt part of Nigeria. I don't know how so many of you who are from the middle belt part of Nigeria and living in the diaspora, I don't know how you are possibly coping. I don't know what it is for you to wake up every day and then see the news coming from all this part of middle belt part of Nigeria, and somehow you realize that it just happened in a community or village next to yours, and you still have your loved ones living in these communities, and you are like, oh my God, it's so close to home. We have had many of you who have actually relocated their loved ones from their own communities to the city. Say, you know what? They attacked social community last week. I don't want them to kill my loved ones, so just leave. This is people's reality. And there are people responsible for protecting them. But rather than do it, right, they have their enablers that just want you to pretend that it is not happening. Because they are working very hard. They are doing everything to make sure that everybody is safe. But year in, year out, thousands of people who are not supposed to be dead. Do you understand? Like, it is a natural thing for people to die. We're all going to die. But the difference is that, and we're all going to die with different sort of like, you know, we're going to die differently, Sha. That's what I mean. But you see, the death that comes from the decision of some certain people, like that puts the judgment of, or the decision of a life and death in the hands of a gun-wielding terrorist who wants money. Give me money. But that money is just to buy more weapons so that he can unleash terror on many other people. You're still going to get killed. It's preventable. That kind of death should have consequences. And that consequences should be for those who were given the power, the resources to prevent this from happening. But rather than them to stop it, they have done so much. Propaganda, lies, blackmail, gaslighting, name it. They've done so much to convince the people that it's normal. Like, it's okay. It's the same all over the world. Everywhere, there's insecurity everywhere in the world. And in fact, if not because of what we are doing, more of you would have been killed. That's exactly what they are telling you. If you are living abroad and you think you can sit in your comfort zone and tell us about a 30-kilometer uncompleted coastal road, I am reminding you that if they have all of that to get you hoodwinked or deceived or, you know, kind of like distracted, we're now dealing with life and death, as we have always been exposing it. But they've succeeded over time to make you think it's normal. You know what I mean? It is normal. See how many people died. Breaking news. 45 people killed in Benue State by Fulani terrorists. And the next thing you are going to hear will be, well, you see, those are the ones that will probably show concern. That's the least or the most concern some of them will show you. They will be like, man, no more. Man, this Tinubu's government are failure, Baba, honestly speaking. So yeah, where's the breaking news, Gogon? Because see, that's the breaking news. So 45 people killed in Benue. Well, I'm sorry, I thought you had something to tell us. They have so normalized it that people have become so kind of like cold. They don't even understand what it is for one life to be taken. They will see images, they will react. Oh my God. Oh God, man. Now God go punish this APCO. Now God go punish this APCO. But that's just for the moment. The next time you may hear, so you want me to go and support Igbo now? Me, I don't like APC, but I'm a Yoruba man. I must show you get like none of that. Like they've made people see this as normal. They are there to defend them. Tinubu, they killed them. What are you saying? So are you saying that Benny, well, that one we don't shake? You know what I mean? Like nonchalant attitude until they themselves become victims. Oh my God. Then it's going to be like the world is coming to an end. They have kidnapped my father. Oh, they have killed me. You know what I mean? Like it's going to be like, oh my God, the world is coming to an end. And they'll be like, but it's not new now. And so there is this guy. Check your screen, right? There's this guy who started exposing the APC. I shared this video last night. I think I'm sharing it again now, okay? So he's been exposing the supposed military leadership in Nigeria for how they have been selfishly ignoring the welfare of their soldiers and at the same time siphoning the money meant for their welfare, including the money meant for their health insurance. Okay? How soldiers, injured Nigerian soldiers, have to spend their own money treating themselves. It's like raising awareness on the neglect that an average Nigerian soldier suffers. But they don't like his language. So they've declared him wanted. But they declared him wanted. They said he is causing nuisance on social media. So they will give him the treatment of, remember that Corporal Idakpani, the one that this platform actually supported. Fortunately, if you hear how that ended, Corporal Idakpani was a soldier that also raised alarm over the treatment of an average Nigerian soldier, while their superiors, they are living large, and some of them are dying. Some of them have not been able to see their family members. Some can't even afford to go and see their family members. Unpaid allowances. And, so many things they complained about then. So, and the video went viral online. So what happened after? It was picked up. It was not really court-martialed, but let's just say court-martialed, tried, and they locked him up. All right? They locked him up. They ranked him, and, it's a long story. Fortunately, his supposed wife, that represented him on this platform at the time, ended up being like, okay, anyway. Now that is about to happen to this young man again if he, by any chance, get caught. Some people will say, listen, why are you joining the Nigerian army if you are a sane person? Like, why are you joining them? If you do your research normally, you shouldn't be. You shouldn't. Anyway, if you then join them and you realize that, right, their ways and all of that, they are not your way. The right thing to do first is to be like Ahmed. I don't even know if Ahmed resigned. African Wildlife can help us check that though, right? Okay, be like Ahmed, all right? He left the job to go and become an American soldier, by the way. So don't stay in that same contraption, making videos and tackling them. Because number one, you won't be the first person. And I don't think you'll be the last person. But the point this young man is making, they are not points that, like, free speech is not protected. There are speeches that are protected by free speech. But they will say, yes, okay, fine, free speech. Freedom of speech. Or freedom after speech, So why did they declare the guy wanted? There was a video, he sent a message. It's like reporting his own senior, his own service chiefs, chief of army staff, chief of defense staff, chief of general staff, all these chiefs, right? Was reporting them to Kolu. Okay. So they are now piling up all these videos as evidence against him. Anybody will get like anyone who can get give them information of his whereabouts. And I also want to believe that he's also armed, right? Now, evidence number 2, I played the first evidence yesterday. This should be the second one of why they are looking for him. Not that what he's saying is a lie. Not that every expose is sharing, right, is wrong. No. But it is Nigeria, Sha. He's not allowed to say that.
Dear President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Federal Republic of Nigeria, please, I write this letter to you with my mouth today. I want you to call all your service chief to order and other high-ranking military officer to order concerning the security of this country. They don't to see peace. They don't to pay for air condition. Now, if you see my video or any of your aide see my video, may I show President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you should call those generals to orders. The military officers, call them to orders. I'm not talking about Navy. Navy don't have anything with war from. I am talking about Army and Air Force. All those commanding officers. Call them to order. Please and please, sir. His Excellency, I beg, I want to make you to give them tasks of these insecurity issues. Give every of them tasks for each state. Anything that happen in the state, Mr. President, please, I want to make them make sure say the insecurity when they happen for the each state, give them tasks. Any person who not accomplish that task, retire them. Be you be Major General, be you be Lieutenant General, General, they give you tasks for each state, and that task still remain 1 month. They not fit flush out the bad air for that state. Retire the person. Put the next person. Sir, if you can be able to listen to my letter and acknowledge my letter and execute what I wrote with my mouth on this letter, sir, I will be very grateful. Because it has come to my notice that those generals, they are not ready to work. They are not ready. Nothing concern this country. The insecurity of this country is not affecting them. Because why? The terrorists are not attacking their family, their wife and children. That's why they feel so unconcerned. They will come to national television, ITV, NTA, to come and make a speech. They are making fake speech. Because that talk, when they come, they talk, they are tackling the insecurity of this country. They don't write that address. If next tomorrow they want to come to national television for interview, they go write and practice and down. Once camera don't do their front, they will begin to talk that thing. When they don't rehearsal. Now rehearsal that they use this country, they do, Mr. President. Give each and every one. There are many of them in Abuja. Call them. They are there for Abuja office. They dey inside office. They don't do any work. They do inside that Abuja. There are many generals, Major General, Lieutenant Colonel, Major. They full Abuja. They know they do work. They don't even know what they happen for this country. Many of them that they go buy visa, do visa, travel out of the country. A service general, he there for other country. Go spend 3 months. He not there for office. Even office, what they do? They don't get anything when they do. No office for them. They go just come office, come receive air condition, enter their motto. Please, Mr. President, I want make you give those people tasks. They don't to see peace. Now that they plan the downfall of this country, now that they plan the downfall, the rise of insecurity of this country, there are too many. If ants don't too many for somewhere, problem the day. Officers too many for inside army. They don't see office where they chop. So therefore, they plan mutiny. They plan mutiny against this country. That is why the insecurity of this country still remain the same. Give them tasks. Each state. Part them put for each state. Give them location for each state. Give them tasks. If they hear any security issue for each state, retire them. So that all that go learn lesson. Mr. President, follow my advice against those generals. Call those generals to order. They are not ready to work. Now, film show, that they can't do. Now film show that they take this country do. All those things when they come, they tell you. When CDS and COAS, they come, they tell you, Mr. President. Now lie you. They know they do anything. If they don't come to your office, they don't tell you finish. You don't shake a finish. They don't go. You not concern them. Oh. Make terrorists come divide this country into two. You not concern them. If it too worse for them, they go break their leg or they go write medication. They will say that they go for medical checkup. Officer, they go medical checkup for abroad. Yeah. You see life? Many of them, they're there for medical checkup. They're there for hospitalization for abroad. They go abroad, go treat themselves. Why they cannot give good medication, treatment to the soldiers of the Nigerian army? So therefore, sir, call them to order. When you call them to order, the insecurity of this country go solve.
High right. That's evidence number one. Evidence number two, why they declared him wanted. Nigerian army, this one.
Chief of Army Staff, Chief of Defense Staff, Commander, Intelligence Call, Commander, MP. You people know what you are doing in this Nigeria. The problem of this country lies in the hand of the military. I am not going to measure Navy and Air Force. I will measure Army because that is the field where I did my works. You people are the problem of Nigerian Army. If they carry the command come up from my head, go give a sergeant of Nigerian Army. The insecurity of this country, it go solve. All of now go sit down for inside AC. Begin the share nonsense idea when una not they use for battlefield. Una go to they for Abuja, they enter AC to AC. Why people, children, they suffer for Maiduguri, they suffer for other states under mosquito. No better feeding, no solid feeding. You give them 45, they will see spend from 25. A soldier will think on how he go kill the enemy that is disturbing this country. You people will be thinking on how to buy property, 100 million. How to go and travel abroad, be buying buildings, buying houses everywhere. Which money? It is high time EFCC may come interrogate now. How much will your salary? How much will your salary? Appointment when they give you now, how much they get from the appointment? A year or a month, if you receive your salary, you know they spend money. If you not born picking, you get where you go spend money for. Well, now they see that money 100 million, 150 million, 800 million, 1 billion naira. Well, now they go to buy properties for other countries. We say we don't know, we know. You go use my salary to buy fuel for your motor a day. Then you are telling me I did not pay you salary. Ogasa, what is 100,000 naira? The Chief of Army Staff, I get a question for you. Why be that if a soldier die, una know they take care of the family well? Una know they give what it belong to that dead soldier to them. Chief of Defense, why be say the 10 million for death benefit of a soldier? Why be say if the soldier down now they give them 400,000? How many officers don't cry come and say they don't pay them for how many years? They don't pay their gratuity. They know they pay them. How many officers? How many officers don't die where they don't give them their corporate death benefit when they cut them? How many? You know say una love una self. Una not say na occultic society ogboni. Now they use army work coming, army job don't turn to ogboni for now. Where una have the right to hijack everybody's money, then give peanut. So now, other hand don't turn to baby when you go use all your rub him out. This word now from the whole commander of the Nigerian army. If you now see this video, Una be bad people. Una be bad people. Una go use from una mind, they swear for another man picking making no better. Una go they pray for una picking making the better. One officer is telling us that there is no how we and his son stay be the same forever. But now we will guide you. You go learn in a hard way. I'm the cartel of other rank of the Nigerian army. Increase soldier salary. That 100,000 naira, the 53,000 naira when federal government increase for minimum wage. It's not enough. Make una increase soldier salary. Stop looting money, officers. Commander, stop stealing soldier benefit. Release the benefit. I'm against the benefit. I am against the benefit of other rank. Release the benefit so that they can live a better life the way one until they live. Other rank don't have chance to collect pass and travel abroad for a vacation for where 2 weeks. Even the 2 weeks una go remote am. Make a quick finish. Please, I not go back.
So they have declared him wanted. They said he's a Nigerian soldier, and they said he's a uniformed officer turned to nuisance on TikTok, and therefore anybody who knows his whereabouts should notify them. His name is Festus, and they say he's a lance corporal in Nigerian army. So there is an increase, a very high increase in the advancement of the different kinds of terrorists, the Tuareg and the rest of them in the Sahel. They have been wreaking serious havoc on the countries like Burkina Faso, Niger, Chad, and of course Mali too. You see, in an area called Yora district or Mopti region in Mali, you know, a border town it is. This terrorist, Iswa Babina Boko Haram. If you have been following the news from this part, since the French were told to pack up and leave, Americans were told to pack up and leave, and there will be no base or any of their base in that region, it seems the terrorists somehow suddenly they have gained, a lot of ground, put it that way, because some will say that is due to the absence of the French and the Americans in the area, like before. Others will say, oh, the increase is simply because of there's a word for it, you know, the expulsion of French and Americans from that part. Whatever it is, what happened in this district called Diora. It's called Diora, Mopti region of Mali. The terrorists struck. I mean, they struck a military base where many soldiers were killed, others captured. In a video I'm about to share with you right now, and I want to give you viewers discretion. It should be at the viewers discretion, okay? It's not graphic to graphic, but you know, optically it is pretty much like a little bit distressing, I can say, right? This is from Mali, not from Nigeria.
كل كيس كمان كل كيس الحمد لله إن كيف نسول كل كيس فاول الحمد لله كل كذا Alhamdulillah, ini lihat dah ngal war. Allahu Akbar. Ini lihat pun kerja. Alhamdulillah, pun kes. Kawan. Dek dat. Nanggal. Go. Eat that. Này, gắn thôi cả vợ lần này. Này, gì? Dê con. Jet. 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 Wala jet eh. Jet alhamdulillah. Jet ya. Dia akan kata hete tidak kakek bano to mak jong pun le ja to ya to manat. Jor wa he. Aman. Sal. Ali. Dia isi hai. Tauba. Ele adman enggak dia isi. Dia itu. Dia adman. Dia adman enggak. Ini kalau anak buat ya leka. Tunggal kaya Tundu Nanggal Nanggal hajan Gonggal nangka Salam not lagi dokter
So that was in Mali. The other day, not that those ones are not also killing them, you understand? But it's more or less like the terrorists fighting the military of a country. All right? They are an army themselves. Back in Nigeria, I was talking about how we are all victims, whether we have already been marked or we are waiting for our turn. Somebody, they said, just returned to Nigeria, got shot. I don't know if he got killed by the same rogues that have always been mounting roadblocks on the road because of 5,000 naira. 5,000 naira. That's what the person who made the video kept screaming. Because of 5,000 naira. You just kill somebody who just come back from who just came back to Nigeria.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna come for Lagos. If you touch my phone, this is for X. This is for best. This is my phone first. This is my phone. If you touch her, you will not say your pay salary. This is my phone. Touch her. Yes, I will. No, I'm in Nigeria citizen. I don't go with this time. What do you want? Fruity. You don't keep passing. Personnel qui passe yo. Personnel qui passe yo. Personnel qui passe yo. Personnel qui passe. Go today. Go to that embassy. We are not going today. We are not going today. You are not going today. We are not going today. You are not going today. Nobody's going. Nobody's going. Nobody's going. Hey! Look here, come on, sir. Come on. Out. That's it. Come on. Now can you get today? Huh? Now can you get? I got your killer today. Wait. You don't get it. All I got there, bro. Hey. I'm gonna say you like a sentiment. It's too much. Now keep us today. Keep us. Hey, I got the back. Shoot.
Don't keep us because of factors. He keep us because of factors. No. He keep us because of factors. He keep us because of factors. He keep us because from abroad now with the come. From abroad now with the come. Don't keep us because of factors. Don't keep us because of factors. No. Don't keep us because of. Don't keep us because of factors. Because of factors. Because of factors. Don't keep us. From abroad now, all of us they go. From abroad now, all of us they go. You keep us because of factors. You keep us because of factors. You keep us because of factors. You get out from abroad, all of us they go from abroad. All of us they gonna go from abroad because of factors. Now you keep us so because of factors. Because of factors. From abroad, no. Jesus, because of factors, because of factors, because of factors, because of factors, because of factors. Beside you, beside you, Garin Mani, na mubugbe. Beside you, beside you, Ubajo, beside you, because of factors, because of factors, because of factors, no, because of factors. Because of factors and from our brother of us come on. Why you gonna shoot? You just shoot. You just gotta go come and just shoot. He shoot. Because of factors. Holy Ghost fire. Why not you the person? Why? Because of that's just gonna come out. That's what just gonna come out. Why just because of factors, and the factors are not kill you so. Because of factors, African factors, because of factors, because of factors, because of factors. How can you just shoot that? No, you see the bad way shooter. When I see the man shooter, not this man shooter, no, not this man shooter. Not this shooter, no, not this man shooter, no, not this man shooter, no, not this man shooter because of factors. People there, this man shooter because of factors. All of us they come from abroad. All of us they gonna come from abroad. All of us they come. Jesus, Jesus. Put on alive. Because of factors, we not carry exhibit. 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 Now pass we pass. Now.
I get you. It is one out of many. Do you get me now? So I do not, right, by any means rejoice when Nigeria happens to people. There's nothing to rejoice. There's, the only thing is that when it happens like that, as some will automatically call it, the will of God, people are very religious in Nigeria. They will say, oh, it's the will of God. I mean, we just believe that if God says it's not going to, if God says it's not going to happen, it's not never going to happen. Maybe God just wanted it that way. So that's how Nigerians have been made. Some Nigerians have been made to, look for closure, even though you will never have a closure when your loved one is snatched from you like that. Do you get what I mean? Nobody has it. Nobody would have a closure for that. So I don't rejoice in that, because there's no point. You have no idea what yours is going to look like. That's why the awareness on it is just to remind those of you who defends evil, simply because you think you are far away from it. You know, some of you, who have invested so much in spreading hateful rhetorics and all of that, simply because you believe that the consequences of that will never touch you. And there are those of you who think this is a game because you are living abroad. You are better off. And therefore, you are a professional in advising those who are receiving the direct impact of this failed system, that they should endure, they should manage, and all of that. That means you are enabling this bad behavior. You are joining them to gaslight people, blackmail them that they are exaggerating what is going on in that place. You are trying to make people feel what they can't see, right? While you are safely tucked away, thousands of kilometers or miles away. None of us is spared. None of us is immune. And there is it is the will of God that will give anyone closure. So before it becomes your turn, or whenever you see videos like that, whether old or new, recent or old, for every message herein is to remind all of you that that could be you in that video. And if you say, me, no, never, lie, I will never be in that position, it simply means you are still living in denial. If nothing is done, even if it is 50 years' time, you decide to go to that contraption for the physical one. But you don't even have to be there. And I say it could be anyone, it could be you, it could be those you love, and you will always, always be angry that, for God's sake, if only that didn't happen, this individual, right, could still be alive. And that's the headache, that's the problem, So you have those who are the defenders of their own, pastors and all that. So I saw a video of one pastor from Port Harcourt. They call him Ibiyeomi. He's a guy man, and he never hides it. Do you understand? He has told his congregation many things, many times, that are totally unscriptural. Is that a word for that? Is that a word like that? It's not scripture backed. And he has pushed narratives that are completely un-Christ-like. You get what I mean? If you are a Christian, like if you are, you know what I mean? Because it preaches more about worldly this and that. It doesn't joke. It doesn't joke with his offerings, his tithe, and everything that has to do with money. And he also built his own message around the benefit of you giving him your money. And therefore, that makes him, an obvious content materials for the social media critics. People says a lot of things in response or in reaction to whatever lie he just spewed. And this guy released a statement 2 days ago on his pulpit in his business center. And listen to it. He said, I'm not the Christ. If you criticize me, this career pulpit bandits.
Warning. My type, because when I go after the people, the same people, they come and beg. So I'm warning for the last time. Next one, I know nothing like warning. If you dare it, the young man, I know you. Your father won't beg me. I know your father too. your mother won't beg me. I will deal with you. Because when I pick and I deal with them, people come and say, why do you go like this? You know, people are always one kind. What some said to be against me, some said to be for me. But those for me are always many. And when I go that, I'm warning now. So all of you who used to be against me here now, was when I go the other way, don't say, hey, can a man of God cause people? Will you go and arrest people? Will you go and do this one? Now I'm telling you, you better warn him. So when I go the other way, don't come back. So don't mind this man of God who now use police, use everything to arrest people. Me, I will arrest you. I will lock you up. I don't care. No man of God will pray for you and succeed. Okay. So the earlier you... Don't carry my news. That's what I'm saying. Don't carry. I don't want your news. You won't make me popular. You are not... Already I'm talking to the world. Don't carry my news. Good or bad, don't carry it. I don't want you to carry. Don't say I want to. Don't carry. If I hear them, don't carry my news. I don't want you. Don't carry. Don't carry news from this church. We are warning you that don't carry. Even this one, don't carry it. I don't want you again. You know what they do? They will carry news and incite other bloggers. And some of you in this church, you are part of it. They plant you inside the church. You listen to the message. Instead of getting blessed, you now stay, pick one thing and twist it. Say what I did not say. Or pick one verse, just one part. I heard something one day. I say, wow. They took something here, took something and combine it and make it look like that's what I said. Your work to do that. Maybe you met the wrong people. Me, I don't believe in slap me, I turn here. I don't believe in that kind of gospel. My gospel is before you slap, I slap you. You better ask those who have had it with me. I'm not that kind of pastor who no, I will fight you. Young man, I'm warning for the last time. He thinks he's stubborn, no stubborn. No. Before they say this Niger Delta pastor, don't start. It's okay.
We are a poor nation. The ban coal will follow. They say firewood not smoke. They say we need to plant more trees. And they are not giving us money. We need to open our eyes, shine shining, and tell the West. If you don't guarantee our finances and work with us to stop this, we are not going to comply with your climate change. Do it.
So Pastor Ibiyeomi is there sending a message to a blogger that will take something from here, take another word from here, and make it look like that's what I said. See if I'm not Jesus, so slap you. I won't turn the next Chico. Everywhere, Tilano, African Wahala. They're just waiting for the spark. Everywhere it is soak already when it comes to this contraption and this, you know, this overfed kleptomaniacs, I call them. You know, and the bubble becomes so like big. Don't rejoice. What that simply means is that it is about to burst. It's called bubble burst. You know, so we'll see how that plays out as well. Anyway, Pastor, we want to arrest everybody. It is Nigeria. Politicians who oppress the people. Rich people will oppress the people. Alaji, Imam, Sheikh, and Satan, they will, you know, oppress the people. Pastorpreneurs, pulpit bandits, they will oppress the people. Somebody will say they even appoint as, you know, head of a department. They themselves will exercise power, influence, and all that. It is the society where everybody is, you know, I call it dog eat dog. It's a society where everyone is just out there to asserts authority on everyone in such a way that it makes them feel so good. Even for party, go to party, they put somebody, mama, in charge of food. Now, we would have to do interview before we get an extra plate of rice. Some people, they will put them in charge of beer at a party, just to give them the padlock to the drum. And suddenly, Agbara today, like you get what I mean now, it is a society whereby for every little given opportunity, they just don't let it slide. And of course, it's a society where we can't all wait to remind all of you, you, Abdulkawala, do you know who you are talking to? Do you know who you are talking to? It is the society where classism is something, right? It is a place where majority, a lot, can't wait to move up a bit from being trampled upon to become somebody trampled upon someone else. You know what I'm talking about. That is why a man of God in the house of God, on the pulpit of God, he will declare, there is no man of God that can pray for you. You see, it is a place where they threaten their own congregation with all kinds of, bad things, that will happen to them if they disobey them, right? And that mentality is also a place where a man of God, like King, he's got the power. He's done it before. It was the same guy that took Kemi Olunloyo. You remember Kemi Olunloyo that, she likes talking anyhow, right? So Kemi Olunloyo says something about this guy. He's the same guy, isn't he? He's the guy from Bodija Estate in Ibadan. Now from there, then carry Auntie Kemi, Dr. Kemi Olunloyo to Diobu prison. Prison one, Diobu. I don't know, I just made that up. But one prison for River State, courtesy of this guy. So he will do it, and there will be no consequences. It is a lawless place. And trust me, they are not Christians as well. I understand, though, that what they call criticism is actually not criticism. It is exposing them or asking questions, and they are not used to being questioned. And that's intentional, too. Don't make yourself accessible. Don't let anybody ask you questions. Just tell them, especially if you tell them what Holy Spirit told you. Anybody who questioned it is, obvious potential problem. And that is why you could go on there, because people are questioning some of his own declaration and all that. And if he comes for you, you are likely going to have to send your family to go and beg him. He's used to that too. They used to send people to beg him. As for Kolu, I don't know if he's back in Abuja now. In Abuja, is Kolu back? No, he's not. He's still in Lagos. Because I saw the spineless, seamless Fubara. I told you that he's about to go and join them in APC. So it seems the medical is passed now, and they are finalizing all the final, all parties to sign. And maybe in the next few days. So Fubara will declare for APC, as well as the guy who is the sole administrator in Rivers will pack his bag and leave. Guess what? There are those who once said that if Fubara wants to beat Werewike in his game, he should just go and decamp to APC and go under Tifnumbu. Either way, Tifnumbu is the winner. I've said that before, when this whole thing started. So Tifnumbu, for those who knows him very well, he doesn't really have to do anything. All he has to do is to make sure that there is something you want to fight for, and that thing can only come from me. What can you do to get it? Right? And at the end of the day, you'll be owing him. And that's exactly the game he's played both Werewike and Fubara. So whichever one that defeats the other, Tinubu will still have to be the winner. If Fubara succeeded in decimating Wike, it won't take time before Tinubu will dislodge him and side with Fubara. But it's obvious now that, Fubara was like spineless for real. And Wike is, So in this case, it's a win-win for Tinubu. He was in Lagos and they spotted his convoy, I think earlier today as well.
No, carry your bicycle. For another set, sit the back.
Set it ball, now batch by batch. Anyway, Kolu and his own chief pickpockets. That is the Babariga mobile banking CEO of Kano, Gandola, who is the chairman of the Al-Qaeda People's Congress, APC. It's declared, they're having hordes of people joining them. The campaign, they call it. The campaign to APC, I don't know why, but today, because like I said, Fubara is going to join them. Okay. From what we heard or gathered, he's going to join the APC. His sins are going to be forgiven, and he will dare not run for second term. So the win-win situation for Kolu here is that Rivers State, all sides agreed that they work together to rig for him. So what they do with themselves after that, that's their own headache. Do you understand? So it's a win-win for Tinubu. If Fubara had managed to prove that he had what it takes to dislodge Wike, right now, Wike would have become like near IDP, to become an IDP, kind of, here you get, internally displaced politician, because his value or his stock would have depreciated, like diminished. Or surprisingly seamless, spineless Fubara didn't have it in him. And right now, the stock of Wike has risen very high. So Wike, like he declared yesterday, will be the one to lead Tinubu's re-election campaign in Rivers State, in Abuja. But when he met with Tinubu today in Lagos, the clown was there to pay homage. Like I said, efforts to ensure that he is returned, and immediately he decamped to APC. So to him, that's not bad. Because what did the PDP do for him when this Wike and others came? I'm just kind of like just saying what they are saying to themselves. Okay, so APC, they have now issued a statement to remind everybody joining them that there will be no automatic tickets for National Assembly members. But there will be no automatic ticket for anybody except Tinubu. So if you are joining us, you are going to follow the due process. So anybody who is telling you about anyone telling you about automatic ticket for joining us, they lie to you. So that's why they be sharp. You understand? And there are those who also observed. This one is just the Jara now. There were those who observed that Tifnubu is in Lagos. There are those who observed that something possibly is going on. And I'll tell you. Okay, I'll tell you. Remember that when Obasa was removed as their speaker, it was orchestrated by Sanwo-Iku and some other guys, including this Elegushi of a guy, right? Because according to them, they said Sanwo-Iku told them that he got the approval of Tifnubu to get Obasa removed. But when Obasa was removed, they said Tifnubu's first reaction was that Jide your Muda. That means Jide Sanwo-Iku removed Obasa Muda. Show lo fi just speaker ni. Do you understand that? They said Tifnubu's first reaction when he heard that was that Jide your Muda as speaker. She Jide lo fi Muda just speaker ni. In what those around Tifnubu at the time, especially from Lagos, they were surprised because the impression they had was that GAC, they have a body called GAC, okay, in Lagos. And I think it is called the Governor's Advisory Council, all right? And if you remember, the GAC, member of GAC, they're supposed to be with the governor, but they are still Tifnubu's men. So the impression they were given was that Tifnubu has approved it, sanctioned it, and they were doing his bidding, right? Including the recruitment of some Obas in Lagos. That was when the names of Demola Elegushi became mentioned. Is that his name? Demola? Is that his name? Anyway, that was when his name got mentioned. And in fact, they had to take him to Tifnubu, now that he's in Lagos, to go and beg Tifnubu. True story. Their own punishment was that they said Tifnubu said they should withdraw their securities. It was like a palace coup. That what else are they capable of doing if they could go and remove Obasa behind him? So long story short, Lagos State House of Assembly, they announced the impeachment of their own speaker. They came back a week later or so and said, well, we didn't remove him again. And they re-sworn him in or re-elected him as speaker. But that singular action is reported to have caused a serious strain in relationship between Governor Point and Kill, Adegator, Jide Sanwo-Iku. So when Tifnubu has been in Lagos commissioning 30-kilometer road, Lagos Coastal Road. But it is now obvious that when at the scene, at the venue, where they had other governors invited, like the hopeless Uzotingba, Dubious Dapo of Ogun, and a few others, because that's not the point I want to make. Sanwo-Iku is the host governor. But Shady Sanwo-Iku in this photo looks like a host governor to you. It can't be like a person where kind of like gate crash. He's the host governor. He's supposed to stand next to Tifnubu. Ewejide to your long. Ewejide now. You can't try to be like a person who want break into a picture. It was completely ignored as well. You see, all these things, right, they mean something for those who follow politics very well, or they mean nothing. But you cannot unsee them. You understand? You have seen that. You can't unsee them. And that's why you have to put that down and be like, okay, what's going on? Because at that same venue, that same ceremony, Tifnubu snubbed him. You remember? He was shaking everyone. I was like, so what is cooking in Lagos? We don't know. But we'll find out. Yeah, we will. So, Again, we are not that busy tonight. It is an opportunity for me to take an early break until the next time. So whatever it is, keep writing them down, okay? Until when we have a chance of opening the line and you can share your view. So I'm going to see you some other time. Enjoy the rest of your evening, everyone, right? Like, share, subscribe to this channel. And the next time you and I see it, it's going to be about another interesting topics. So good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Mayegun Diary politico.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Bíjó ìgbádìyẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀.
wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò gbẹ́bẹ̀ oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o àyè.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀ ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀gọ̀ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí abínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi.